You know how people say that it's how you make them feel people will remember about you, as in not what you do or not what you say, but how you make them feel. And that's really true. We can see that because even if you remember something people did, it's because what they did made you feel some sort of way, any strong emotion, and so you attach that emotion to what they did, but it's how they made you feel that you will remember. And it just made me reflect, doesn't that also go for ourselves? Like, how do we make ourselves feel? And that is actually the clue to anything we want to do or achieve or change in our lives. As in, it matters way more than the things we do or the things we say or the goals we set, because it's how we make ourselves feel that our brains, our minds will remember us by. And that remembering is what sticks around and actually shapes our future, because that is the story we keep telling ourselves, is how we make us feel. Because if you remember others by how they make you feel, that must only mean that the feeling is the key. The feeling is what sticks around in our bodies and our minds. So the feeling, the emotion, is the key to everything. Then, of course, we keep doing these different things, new habits, new things to change and to achieve goals, because we want that to be what matters and what sticks around in us. But we know by just thinking about this fact that our minds remembers the feelings, not the actions. So we can go to the gym, we can go on a diet, we can use mantras, we can make new habits, new routines, a lot of things we try to provide a specific outcome and a specific future or something we want to achieve in our lives. But if we do those things and at the same time we have thoughts that make us feel bad, make us feel lousy in any kind of way, that lousy feeling, that negative emotion is what our system will remember about ourselves. And it will always continue to do anything that is aligned with the story we have about ourselves. So if my system recognizes how I make myself feel, and if I then make myself feel bad on a day-to-day basis, that is the key to how I will transform or not transform into my future. Because I can do all of the things that I want, but if my feelings that I give myself are not aligned with the things that I want, they are the ones that will run the show. If I make myself feel bad, I will continue to make myself feel bad even if I start doing new things that I really want myself to feel good about. Because the feeling is key. The feeling is what we remember. So how do you make yourself feel? Think about that more than the goals you have, the new routines you are setting, the changes you want for your life, because you need to get that feeling along with it. You need to feel that first to create that change. Oh, sorry. Because the feeling matters more than your actions and your words. Even if you say positive stuff to yourself or you use affirmations and you don't feel the same that they are saying because you feel bad, then that feeling bad is what matters. It's what your system will recognize about yourself and store as your story, and will move through life recreating that same emotion, that same feeling, because that is how we work. So if you want to feel better in your life, if you want to achieve new things, if you want to change something, don't just put all of your time and energy into these things that you actually do or say. Use more time to get to know how you make yourself feel. And the great thing about that is you can make yourself feel better. Because, as I keep talking about on here, is the fact that our feelings is a direct result of our thoughts. We think something and then they make us feel some sort of way. So if you have most of your thoughts making you feel bad or anxious or negative in any kind of way, even regarding the new things that you want to do, but you think about them in a way that says, this is hard, or I need to do this because my life is shit, or I am so sick and tired of feeling this way, so that's why I'm changing. The emotion of sick and tired, the emotion of things being hard, and all of these emotions that comes from your thoughts about it, that is how you feel, and that is what your system of body, mind, and spirit will remember about you. And that will pave the way for your changes, working or not. So focus on your thoughts. Just get to know your thoughts and make a decision to just notice how you make yourself feel. And if you find that you're not making yourself feel so good all of the time, choose to focus on something else, or focus on what you are focusing on in a different way that feels just a bit better to you. Make it your main goal to feel as good as possible, because that will affect all of the other goals you have in your life. But you can work towards those goals as much as you only can. But if you do not work on or make sure that the feeling you give yourself is a good one, they won't work, or at least they won't stick around. So let us just think about that for a while. If you remember how people make you feel and they remember how you make them feel, it's the same for you. You remember how you make yourself feel, and that is really affecting everything in your life. That was just little food for thought from me today. Bye!